he is the former chairman Atomic Energy Commission with the Government of India, and I took this opportunity to ask him few things of which I was curious about him and his work. He is well known for this nuclear energy program of India, and his contributions to fast breeder reactor technology and thorium based technology is well known, but we do not know more about his personal life. So I thought I had to ask him about his journey from his childhood to this stage today. So I'd like to know what is your family background, and where were you born, and what schools that you went in?
Well, I come from a family of freedom fighters. My father was in fact jailed in Lisbon for his involvement in the freedom movement of Goa. So as a part of that, then my mother had to kind of take me to Madhya Pradesh, where
the central part of India.
Central part of India, where that's the place for my grandfather, my mother's place. And my mother actually started a Montessori school. She took training under Moria Montessori herself.
Oh, I see.
And started a school right in rural Madhya Pradesh. So my childhood I spent there.
Okay.
So entire schooling I did it there.
You must have witnessed the early independent India. So any impression you have about that?
Well, the period I'm talking about is let's see, early 50s, mid 50s, and that kind of time. So it was, India was already independent.
Yeah.
So I'm born in November 1943.
43.
India got independence in 47. So
during
just
school
immediately
period,
after independence, that period I won't have impressions. I won't remember. It's too young.
Too young.
But this is kind of early 50s, mid 50s. That period I remember. And there, of course, that was a state, Holkar state, and so I have distinct memories about people expressing their loyalty to the king, the Maharaja.
Maharaja.
And that sentiment was quite strong.
That sentiment was quite strong in that part of India.
That part of India, yeah.
But when you progressed in your higher classes in school, what kind of education that you got? Was it a government school or was it?
Yeah, it was a government school. In fact, I was, I think, fortunate enough to do my primary education in Marathi, even though I was in a Hindi belt.
In a Hindi belt, okay.
Which I thought was kind of important. It was also a very small school. So in one classroom, the two rows near the wall would be one class, and a row in between would be another class, like that, a typical village school.
Typical village school.
Then I moved to my secondary and high school education was in Hindi medium.
In Hindi medium.
And then I came to Mumbai, and then it was in English medium. So I've gone through a typical journey.
Do you remember any teacher of your school days, which has,
No, very
impressed
much,
you?
Very much. In fact, we had a teacher by name Buddhivant, and he was actually
Buddhiman, so intellect.
Intellect, yes. And in fact, he used to teach us mathematics. And he had a tremendous ability to inculcate this arithmetical logic.
Logical thinking.
And so he, in those days, one simple way of solving sum is to say assume so and so is x, and then you derive an equation and solve.
Okay.
Becomes very, and he never used to allow.
I see.
He says arithmetic problem has to be solved like arithmetic.
Okay.
No algebra.
No algebra. Okay.
So I later when I was
that was the foundation of your mathematical skills, and therefore you went into engineering probably.
Probably, yes. later actually I went to him. He used to take tuitions. So I think nearing 10th standard, I also went and said, look, I want to score better. So and he scolded me. He says, I take tuition for these duffers.
Okay.
He told me that, and not for you. You shall never open that topic. So that was the kind of integrity in those days.
Okay.
So he gave me full freedom to, he says, I can go ask my difficulties, questions, but never. So I have really witnessed what a good mentor teacher.
Good mentor teacher. And then your education in Mumbai, Bombay at that time, Ruparal College and then VJTI.
That's right.
So do you remember some things which?
Yeah, very much. In fact, I must also tell you, I have been a beneficiary. See, normally the results in Madhya Pradesh get declared much later, and the SSC results in those days were earlier. And college admissions are full within couple of days of those results. So I didn't know what to do. So I went to vice principal Bhide of Ruparal College at that time. And I told him this problem. So he looked at me. He says, "What kind of marks you will get?" I said, "How do I know? Will you get first class?" I said, "Yeah, first class I should get." So he said, "Okay, I admit you.
Okay.
And the deal is, if you don't get first class, I'll throw you out." I said, "Okay." And in fact, he was later instrumental in pushing me into engineering college.
Into engineering
Otherwise,
college.
I would have had all intentions of pursuing physics in Ruparal College itself. And then he says, no, you want to do MSc, I'll always give you admission. This is our own college. But first, and the engineering college admissions used to be routed through science college in those days.
Okay.
So he says, first you fill this form and give it to me. So I did that. And then he said, I'll give you admission, but I'll give you on mathematics, physics, not physics, mathematics. I said, why? So he says, no, in MSc you should not have any practical exam because those marks are uncertain.
Okay.
So if
subjective.
If you take mathematics, then you are the master of your own marks.
Your own marks.
So your career is not at stake. And that actually deterred me from doing physics. And I ended up in engineering.
But you look back, do you regret this decision or you think
no,
that
I don't.
No.
I don't. In fact, I have in fact formed an opinion now that these barriers of streams are artificial. And we should, I see no reason why, forget about science and engineering, I see no reason why a student should not be allowed to do, for example, economics and physics.
Humanities and physics.
Or for that matter, humanities and chemistry or biology. And in fact, I know later on in atomic engineering, we have several institutions. I know there are people who do econophysics.
Yes.
But then
it is possible abroad. Still here in India.
Yeah, but for example, in atomic engineering, I know geological exploration is so important.
Yes.
Now today, geological exploration, geophysics is an important element. In that, modeling of Earth, quantitative modeling of Earth is very important. And most of the, I'm not saying all, but most of the geologists who come out of our universities, they don't do mathematics.
Okay.
And there is a serious problem.
There is a serious problem, yes.
So, so to me, I think this is very important.
Sir, you have reached to this height. So what do you think, what was different in you compared to other students or your peers in the college at that time, from your point of view? What was different in you?
Well, I don't know, very hard to tell, but I had right from day one an urge to not get into repetitive work. Put it that way.
Novelty.
And having
innovation.
Come out of engineering, in those days the trend was to get into industrial engineering. It was supposed to be a prestigious kind of activity. And of course, people who were behind money, they used to all get into marketing
Okay.
and things of that kind. And frankly, both didn't appeal.
So what is that
So
one
I
thing that
ended
is
up in bar.
that has shaped your opinion about doing something what you want to do? What is one thing that has shaped your opinion?
No, it is just. See, of course, I must say this. For example, coming back to mathematics teacher, he used to always tell us how a same sum can be solved in several ways.
Several ways.
And then later, even in school, doing trigonometry and doing algebra, I could see the link and doing several practical things even at that stage. Then in first year intermediate, this went further in the solid geometry,
Okay.
and that really kind of forced you to visualize 3 dimensions in
Yes.
a quantitative manner.
That's true.
And that I think really triggered me in my view about doing things yourself, doing things on the basis of a solid theoretical foundation, and enjoy that. And so I didn't want to do
Enjoy that. I think that must be very important.
I didn't want to do anything repetitive.
And visualization and mathematics together is very important, probably.
Yeah, that's correct. I think that part is right. I can visualize things in 3 dimensions.
3 dimension.
Much better than many others.
Much better than many others. Yeah. Also, you have taken up a lot of challenging problems, challenging jobs, challenging things that you're taking up. But still, you look calm and composed. So, what is the secret in your training that you remain calm and composed?
Well, again, you're asking very difficult questions. I think, see, if you are at peace with yourself,
Okay.
or if you're confident of yourself,
Okay.
then these external perturbations don't bother you.
That's the message, I think. I think that's
so
very important. Yeah.
It's not that you don't fail, you fail.
No, of course you fail,
but,
yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother you. Now, from this nuclear technology, now your, I think, focus is now broader towards energy and then water and many things that you are taking up. So, what made you now broaden your areas of work?
No, it's not. It is just that. See, first is earlier part of my career, this urge to do new things. Then I found that you are actually, through such a thing, you are able to contribute
to society,
to the country. Now, frankly, since I'm retired from active service, so I want to explore that further as to in which ways you can be, making contributions to the society. And I think I have a much larger degree of freedom. So
okay, yeah.
In fact,
so you're a free man now.
I enjoy my retirement.
And what is that one thing that India should do from your point of view? Just one. India as a country.
Well, I think empower the youth.
Empower the youth.
Education in true sense, not quite the kind of education we have today, but education which also empowers the youth, and empower the youth through education, I think.
And empower the youth through education. I think that's very important. So what message that you would like to give to the young minds of India? That's my last question.
Well, I think, see, first of all, I think young people today are much more equipped than what we were in our times. Of course, they face much stiffer competition. That also is equal.
And bigger challenges.
So, but I think that's the key.
That's the key.
to have good challenges, and if you have equipped people, back them up by little extra support in terms of good education, good skills, good exposure to problem solving.
Yes.
I think I'm very confident they will do. I always believe that our younger colleagues do better than you.
Better than us. Our children do better than us,
Yeah.
definitely. So I think thank you very much for talking to us and spending time with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.